NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Going up the gun, Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Montgomery on the counter, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Sullivan. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Bears at 2-1 now to start the campaign. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sullivan. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 28. To throw is Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Now it's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
That's good for another Chicago Bears. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
To the air again, Fields. Montgomery, another target and catch. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Wynn's going to try and throw on third. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last drive, defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Chicago. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through it for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. 2 seconds to go, first quarter. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Fields. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a miss-hit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
A shotgun gives it Fournette.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now a play fake. Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for Cincinnati. 58 yards.
I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
Throwing now is Wentz. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Fournette is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On second down, Montgomery. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And out across midfield, down to the 45.
98 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Fields.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
3rd and long. It's Fields.
This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
From just shy of midfield, Wentz. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost himself some yardage there.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Play action. Now Wentz. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Carson Wentz, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On play action, Fields
On the move to his left.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Fields now to throw.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Throwing again is Fields.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Now Fields.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And here's Trenton Gill now.
And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
He's got a man complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Ordinarily, when you're backed up this deep, most teams like to play it on the safe side, but not these guys. They took a big shot downfield and wound up hitting it for a big play. Back them into a corner, they come out swinging.
Wentz now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. 20, 10, 5, and they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
A final shot before half for Wentz. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half.
Taken in at the 3.
And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try to put points on the board.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on second down. Again, it's Fournette. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Wentz's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Now Wentz.
They set up the screen for Dalvin.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Backed up where they were on this side of the field. That was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play?
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 33.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 14.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
He finds his target, Beckham.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wentz. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw, no shot.
So on 4th down on is Evan McPherson and the Bengal field goal unit.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, You'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Running left, Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to air one out. on Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Fields.
Eluding the pressure right.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
From the 50, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Fields.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Here's Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Bengals will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And this one into the hands of Mechie.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wentz. He's going to let it fly.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. Always got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
That was fourth and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't fourth and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On play action, Wentz staying on his feet. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. One final try now for Wentz. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late. And they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, and knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Chicago, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders.